Hi, I'm CW. Welcome to CW TV. When I put these glasses on, I see the world a little differently. Join me as I talk about life and help get myself through. And as I chase my dreams and watch them come true, maybe I can show you that you can do it too. Today's topic is just start. Just press play. Begin the thing. Do the thing that you are afraid to do. Start the video, start the podcast, start the book, start the novel, start the painting. The topic today is just start. Because most of the time, we're not afraid to actually do the thing. We're afraid to just start the thing. And if you start it, then that fear will be gone. A lot of the times, the anticipation, building up to, leading to the anticipation of doing something, is the thing that is most difficult. It's not actually doing the thing. So if we just start, then we'll be through it. We'll pass it. We'll be done with it. And we don't have to have the dread of beginning the project, starting the assignment, doing the thing, weigh down on us anymore. The more that you get better at just starting, the easier it will be to just do it. Once you're past the anticipation, once you're past the struggle of starting this thing, then you'll realize that what you were afraid of was just beginning. Because on the other side of that beginning is a new world. It's a new experience. It's something that you're in and you're going through that could be new or novel to you. So just start, because then the world opens up. It gets easier to do the stuff that you were afraid to do. Because, like I said earlier, it's really just anticipating the thing that you're afraid of. And what is being afraid of something? Are you judging yourself based on the results? Are you looking at your situation and setting your expectations high? If that's the case, then that might be the reason why you don't want to start. You don't want to begin. Write the song. Dream the dream. Start right away, because you realize that on the other side of that is freedom. It's the chance to do what you want, begin to do the thing, and then it begins to build on itself. It gets easier to sit down in this chair and start the thing. So what I did when I began this video was just, you know what? I'm having a difficult time starting this. And hey, once I started it, it became the topic of the video. So a lot of the times, maybe it's something in the way of starting that you haven't quite addressed yet. Maybe you just need to be honest with yourself and say, I'm afraid to start this. I am worried, I am judging myself, I am in my head, whatever it may be. That might be in the way of you actually starting the thing. So if you're honest with yourself and you're going, oh wow, it's not the thing I'm worried about. There's something in the way. There's some feelings that need to be felt through. There's some air that needs to be let out of this balloon of pressure. Once that pressure is released, then it gets easier to make these videos. And I'm just doing this for myself, because after I make this video, it's going to be easier to start the other ones, because I just started. And once your head and mind gets past the, oh, I already started it, then you become more familiar and more accustomed to sitting back down, taking the pen, whatever it may be, and beginning the assignment, beginning the thing that you must do. Either for school or work, or what you choose to do on your free time, if it's for passion or pleasure, or work, or a grade, or money. Just start it. And if you need permission to, then I am your permission to say, start it, man. Start it, woman. Start it, girl. Start it, boy. Because on the other side of that, it's just easier to do it. Because the issue is slugging through the dread of just sitting down and doing it. And as painful as that might be, it gets less painful. See, a lot of the times we're just afraid of what's on the other side because we can't gauge it. We can't tell what is on the other side of that starting. So when I started this video and now I'm 5 minutes in, I had no idea what this looked like. But once I said I'm just pushing through that threshold of uncomfortability, I'm pushing right through that uneasiness that I feel to discover what the truth is about that uneasiness. And a lot of the uneasiness could have been that I didn't want to stumble my words while speaking. I didn't want to flub them or make a mistake or do the wrong thing. But as I'm now realizing is that I do flub lines. I am going to make a mistake. I am going to do this again and again until it gets better for me. But if I was afraid of starting, then I never would have had that realization. I never would have gone through these past 5 minutes and being uncomfortable talking in front of a camera with a microphone on. Now I'm starting to learn about myself more because I'm in the process of starting. I'm in the process of just getting this information out. And it becomes easier and I become less self-conscious because now I'm in a flow state and I'm not parceling, flubbing my lines as much as I did in the beginning. So that's what happens when you start. You get more in touch with your insecurities. You get more in touch with what those original fears were, what you're judging about yourself. And then you start to become, oh, this is actually easier than I ever thought. And then you become curious. Then you go, what are some of these other things that I'm afraid to do, I'm afraid to start in my life? And are those things scary, or is it just my own misconceptions, my own judgments about how that experience, how that process was going to play out? It's never the thing that you're afraid of, it's the doing the thing that you're afraid of. And maybe you're not afraid of doing the thing. Great, this video might not be for you. But really, I make this video content for me so that I can become more aware of where my downsides are, my weaknesses, and then you push through it. You find your strengths. You find where your passions lie. You find where the difficulties in your life are. You find parts in your life where it's difficult for you to push through that barrier of being uncomfortable, being awkward, being self-conscious. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat because there was a frog in it. And if you become okay with that there's a frog in your throat, then you can go, excuse me, I need to clear it. Excuse me. Wow, this is fun. So the fact is, if that you just take a second and you're honest with yourself, then you get through the uncomfortable parts of life. You get through the things that you are afraid to do. And then they get easier and better for you, and they start to work in your favor. How do they start to work in your favor? Well, now these insecurities, these judgments, because you're pushing through this, become your friend. They become something that you're used to being there. It's sort of no longer this elephant in the room, but now you're becoming friends with the elephant in the room. You're getting this stuff out and you're being aware of what issues that you think you're perceived to be having. As I take my drink of water, I'm judging myself about how this video is going. But because I just pressed start and pressed play and just did the thing, I'm really not that worried about it. And now I can speak more, maybe more awkwardly, but it's something that I'm more comfortable with because the awkwardness is getting out of me. It's actually almost as if maybe I have some awkward in me. The more that I talk it out, the more that I get comfortable with being myself and saying what I need to say, then the awkward starts to leave, and then I become more flowy. I get in a space of creativity and flow, and I'm not worried about that awkwardness. So what if all the insecurities that you have about your life, maybe they're just hiding inside of you somewhere, right? But the more that you shine light on it, the more that you are able to say, this is my issue, out loud to yourself. Announce it out loud to the world. just put it out there in the space that you're in. You'll realize that these things are actually wanting to be coming up and being talked about. They want to be addressed so that they no longer stay inside of you hidden. And so if I have one piece of advice today for myself, for you if you want to hear it or take it, it's just begin the thing. It may be a struggle, it may be awkward. This video hasn't gone perfectly well, but the video is going. And that's what I'm most proud of, and that's what I'm happiest about, is that the video is just being done. And whatever is happening, whatever is coming up from inside of me, it's no longer being suppressed. It's no longer being pushed down. It's no longer being hidden by me. It's something that's out in the air, and it's a vulnerable video for me. But vulnerability is something that I hope to speak more about, my vulnerabilities, so that you can be okay with your vulnerabilities, and we can go through this thing together. We can push through this uncomfortable, awkward situations, these dark parts of ourselves that we can't look at. If we just start, they will start to show themselves. And really the truth is that they just want to be seen and heard and felt. And the more that we can see and hear and feel the things in our life that we are afraid to, the easier it is to do the things you want, to find your passions, to live your dreams, and to just start the thing that you've always wanted to do. So just press start. And see how it goes. Bye.